Yo, what up? We're back here at the ANZ StarCraft 2 Pro League, brought to you by Gamester. I'm Zeph, with me's Death, and we are in match point here for 1F Pro. One more win, and this series against Legacy is there. But can Legacy put a point on the board here with Pigjunior? That is the big question.
That's a great question, Zeph, and I hope he does it. I'm going to be cheering for him all the way because I want to see more StarCraft. As we always say, I mean, it kind of gets to be a bit of a cliche, but honestly, we've been going for 30 minutes. Like, it can't end like this. We've got to have more games. But I think the play's ready. Let's get that countdown started. Let's jump into the game. So once again, it's going to be Pigjunior against yours. The map of choice is Catalyst. And to recap it, if you're just tuning in, 1F Pro here have won the first two games of the night. It's a best of 5 Pro League style event, so a team only needs to get 3 wins to get across the line and get a win for their team. And Pigjunior, Pig, you know, the Zercaster, world famous guy, great guy. It's his brother here fighting for Legacy Esports to keep them in the game. So take us away, Zeph, and introduce our players.
Down here in the bottom right, in the teal, representing a Legacy, this is Pigjunior.
And up here in the top left in the green, representing Team 1F Pro Gaming, it's yours. Now, I think one question that's in my mind is, does Pigjunior play mech in the new patch, or is he still a bio player?
He took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, man. I mean, Azure, he has historically been such a good bio player. And that last game was one of the only times I've ever seen him play mech. And that probably goes to show why he looked less confident. Like, he just hasn't played these situations nearly as many times. I think Pigjunior's the same. Like, he's a bio player through and through, but maybe he's been practicing some mech. That's what we could see tonight. It's a decent map for it. We just got to see, how does it unfold? What's his build going to be? What's his plan? And then yours is kind of like a more reactive player, very strong in the mid game. I don't think that his end game is as good as other players. So maybe yours would be favored in the mid game. Maybe Pigjunior's better in the end game. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, we'll soon find out. I think a lot of Terrans are in that position at the moment where they've typically been bio players and suddenly they're like, ugh, I think mech is the way to go. So they have to learn to adjust to this new playstyle. Even Seether, a guy that has definitely been a bio player in my mind for, well, since he popped up, started playing mech as well in this team league. So it's interesting to watch how these players evolve their playstyle according to the latest patch. But yours, you know, this guy's randomly gotten so good. Like, he's been around for a while, but ever since we saw him re-jump into that WCS and get a bit more exposure, this guy's actually gotten pretty darn good, and I'm expecting great things from him in 2018 as well. And so far he is playing pretty standard. I'm wondering if he's going to stick with that sort of Lingbane Hydra composition, because even when Terrans do try to go mech, it's actually not too bad, funnily enough. You do eventually have to get some better stuff, but
yeah, you
it seems
just
like
throw
a lot of
some Vipers in there.
Yeah. Some very minor adjustment.
It's such a natural adjustment as well. And then later on, you could throw some Broodlords in. I hear they're pretty good as well. I'm liking the build, though, from Pigjunior. Gets those Marines, just darts around, makes sure that there's not too many Overlords around near his base. He can now just move up into the high ground. He doesn't have to lose any SCVs if he's careful, and it looks like he will be. A couple of Hellions will be popping out. He can start going for some the tech lab on his barracks. This might indicate bio, but he could definitely go into mech behind this as well. It's still too early to say what Pigjunior will be doing, and we do see yours going for both Ling speed and Overlord speed, and that will allow him to scout and make sure he can keep track of exactly what our Terran player is doing.
Yeah, he will be able to figure out whether or not it is going to be mech, or if it's going to be bio. And just as I say that, it looks like Pigjunior here dropping 2 extra racks.
Gonna be bio. And fair enough, that's what he's practiced. So when you go into a tournament like this and your tournament life is basically on the line, if Legacy loses this, it's going to be very difficult for them to be in the grand final later on. So I like the fact that Pigjunior is sticking to his guns and just going for the style that he's practiced the most. He's going to be most comfortable doing that. And Bio is still very, very good at pretty much all levels. So he can definitely make it work. He just has to play his heart out. Yours, very strong player as well. He's now going for his Roach Warren. And that's not a surprise to me. Yours loves his roaches, and he's very good with them.
Yeah, there's actually been a few Zergs that have preferred the roaches lately, at least in this team league. So glad to see him add his name to the roachy ranks.
Me and Mike is one of them.
Yeah, I wonder what gave that away. Yeah, he's quite the roach fair, that's for sure. And yours actually making a number of roaches and a few lings here. He is not making drones on that third base yet, so it looks like some aggression going to be in order from him, as there is nothing pushing out from Pigjunior at the moment. He's really still just got those Hellions. He's sitting back. He's starting to get his bioproduction underway, and as such, he hasn't really seen what's going on here. He hasn't spotted the Roach Warren. He hasn't seen these units coming across the map.
This is actually a very Mio Micah-esque timing. He's just making a lot of units. Pigjunior is really only just got his production up online now. He's adding some medivacs in, but they won't be on the field in time to stop this attack, Zeph. There's no siege tanks. There's not even a bunker. Pigjunior might actually just lose this straight up right now. The Lings are through. The wall didn't come up in time. Some corrosive bios being thrown down as well. The Ravagers are still alive. The Zergling buffer is kind of gone, but more Lings are streaming across the map. Yours is up in supply. If he can get those upgrades, this game could be over very quickly.
Oh, so much more Zerg coming in as well. Can Pigjunior do it? Can he close it out for his team with the 3-0? These Marines stemming forward, and with the medevac support, they are doing some serious work on these roach ranks. And a lot of those workers for Pigjunior going down. 22 killed in total, with a few more perhaps on the way, as they are still helping chase down these Ravagers. That Pigjunior trying really hard to bully him completely back into his own base.
Yeah, very nicely done there. Pigjunior did take a lot of damage, but does manage to get those medivacs out and use them to full effect. Stim finished in the nick of time. I think one of the worst parts about that, though, was building those engineering bays in the front and losing the upgrades. And now yours has already started his own upgrades. And if he can just mitigate some of this harassment, yours is going to be very well positioned. He does have to pull these drones. Pigjunior will be able to get a little bit of economic damage done here. Threaten the hatchery a little bit. Meanwhile, yours over on the left-hand side at Pigjunior's third, trying to do some damage of his own, but it's a great micro. Oh my god.
That was awesome.
What a beast.
Yeah, very well done there. And if he burrows that mine, that'll help shut down any more run-bys in there. So even going to get a bunker, and I think that's a smart idea. It's a pretty wide open third, all things considered, especially when you're trying to cover a couple of bases. So there are some more opportunities for a bit of a Ling backstab, such as the one that is now heading across the map from yours.
Oh, wow. Only loses a couple of Zerglings there, and the Zergling run-by is going to do a lot of damage. A lot of those SCVs are going down. And now yours is up to 29 worker kills, Zeph.
These poor mules! No, the humanity! Pigjunior sprints forward with these Marines. These Lings are going to hightail it out of there before they can do too much. On the front lines, though, Pigjunior trying to get some revenge. He takes out 2 creep queens there. Now going for the mineral line, trying to micro back for a favorable position against these Lings, and he's doing a really good job of that. Now moving forward to take down even more queens and potentially a few drones.
Yeah, there were no Banelings there, so a critical misstep by yours. Really needed those Banes, and he hasn't even started Baneling speed. So really good to see Pigjunior getting some damage done, and now this third base is in danger, but there should just be enough Zerglings here to clean this up. Pigjunior manages to salvage as many units as possible. Great stuff from both players, and Pigjunior, I think he's even it up.
Yeah, he's actually done really, really well there. He's not killed that many workers, but he's forced lost mining time. He's taken really good trades against those Lings. He's now shooting at that 4th base, but at the same time, yours is looking for another attack into that 3rd base. There is a mine and a bunker there, though. So with reinforcements, hopefully he'll be okay there. It looks like he may actually get the cancel.
Yeah, he's going for it. He's going for it, and he will get the cancel.
Wow.
But the hatchery will immediately be replanted down there. And somehow, Pigjunior is up 20 supply. And he's got a double drop heading out on the map. And it's just about to get to the main. What does yours have to defend? There's no banelings here, Zeph. There's actually not that many drones here. Just one solitary queen, and that's not going to be enough.
Yep. Oh, 2 queens now, but they're going to get taken out real fast. And in fact, yours is maybe going to start suffering on the queen front if he keeps losing them. A few drones starting to go down here in the main base as well. At the same time, yours starting to move in with a few banelings to the third base of Pigjunior. He does move out of the way. A lot of the banelings get targeted down, but now Pigjunior in the natural base of yours looking for more drone kills.
What a turnaround. Pigjunior went from being pretty far behind to being very, very far ahead. And now it's yours on the back foot, down to 50 supply. It looks like this drop will just not be cleaned up as Pigjunior stims for a win.
He's out of control. Can't stop this guy. Look at these trays. Like, there's just no lings left. There's no queens left. So he actually just doesn't have a lot of room to produce units to hold this off. And I think this drop may just end the game. There's another drop going over at the 4th base that yours just finished up as well.
GG.
And that is it, GG.
Pigjunior manages to salvage the situation and put a winner on the board for his team. Keeps their dreams alive. And we go to another game, going to a game 4. And if Legacy can win that, then we're into the ace match, and it's anyone's game.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Now, I don't envy the next player for Legacy. I don't envy the position that Runamuck is in, because that's a lot of pressure to be put on, and he's got a very tough opponent. The next map is going to be Wally, the Zerg player, who's been around for a long time, versus Runamuck, the Terran player, for Team Legacy.
Yep, on black-pink, a nice standard map. So hopefully that'll help run amok. I mean, we are favoring Wally a little bit because Wally is just such a great player. And I know Runamuck's been struggling against Zerg a little bit lately, so it's going to be an uphill battle, I feel. But you know what? Pigjunior just pulled off an awesome win against yours to keep himself and his team in this game. So anything can happen in this 4th map. As always, guys, we'll take a quick break, get that set up, and be back with you shortly for the 4th map.